Joining me in the studio, TRT World's editor-at-large, Ahmed al-Burai. Ahmed, take us back to 2013. What was happening with the Muslim Brotherhood and the country's first freely elected government led by Mohamed Morsi that caused, general as he was then, Sisi, to overthrow that Morsi government?
Well, you know, Adnan, it was the first democratically elected president, civilian president for Egypt for more than 60 years. And it wasn't easy for the military, which is deeply entrenched in the regime, to accept a civilian who is ruling Egypt for a whatever term. They didn't allow it to happen. The media started its campaigns demonizing the Muslim Brotherhood and Mohamed Morsi as if he is a big failure. The year ended up with general strikes everywhere. You have shortage of fuel. It's a big failure in terms of the running the state. And the media was trying to exaggerate these events on the ground. Now it's the military who is going to come back as the savior of the state, and Sisi gave them like 48 hours. It's either you solve it or we're going to intervene, and that's what happened. Then they intervened militarily. It's very exciting because if you go back to the revolution in 2011, when Mubarak, the president, the then president, decided to pass the power to his son. And then the military was pissed off. We cannot accept this to happen. And then you have the nation and the military agreed that we could not let this to happen. But now Morsi is the civilian president. They also couldn't allow this. Though Morsi had some fatal mistakes, he tried to strip the judges from any right to challenge him with a constitutional change at the end of his year. That led to a major demonstration on the 30th of June, and then on the 3rd of July, the coup we know.
So the Muslim Brotherhood government led by Morsi had those problems that you've highlighted. Then the question is whether this president, now a civilian, Abdel Fattah el Sisi, has done any better. Everything is more expensive for everyday life. The country's suffering. What do the people think?
Well, it's for the election now, it's a major sham because they know that this president is doing nothing for them. Still, he's desperate, calling for them to show a very huge turnout just to let the world show, to show the world that, look, we do have a kind of democracy. The people are selecting me. He also has some fear that the military could intervene because his contenders, his challengers used to be his superior, like Sami Anan. He used to be his, direct superior. The former chief of staff, Ahmed Shafiq, is also another contender who is now in home arrest. He's used to be like he outranked Abdel Fattah el Sisi. So he's desperately asking the people to go to the polls to show the world that, look, we do have a kind of even superficial democracy because it's the world is just interested in having stability in Egypt. The people are desperate. The people see no single change on the ground. It's either look, he abandoned Tiran and Sanafir, the Red Sea islands, for Saudi Arabia with the consent of Israel. He is doing nothing in terms of combating terrorism in the peninsula of Sinai. He is doing nothing in terms of economy. He is doing nothing in terms of the general political life. There is no party. All the political parties are either in exile, in prison, or afraid to speak. So it's a big sham. It's a big farce. That's what the Egyptians on social media are speaking about.
Ahmed al-Burai, thank you very much indeed. Always appreciate you coming into the studio.